The Roman Empire was vast. It stretched across much of the known world. But even the mighty Romans had their limits. In the far north of their British domain, they faced fierce resistance. Tribes like the Picts fought with a ferocity that chilled Roman blood. So the Emperor Hadrian made a decision.
He would build a wall to mark the edge of Rome's power, a wall to hold back the wild north. Hadrian's Wall, as it came to be known, stood as a testament to Roman might. Yet it also acknowledged the spirit of those who refused to be conquered.
The land beyond the wall remained untamed, a breeding ground for the stories and legends yet to come. The Romans eventually left Britain. Their empire crumbled, but the memory of their presence lingered. And beyond the ruins of their wall, a new chapter in Scottish history was about to be written. The Picts and other tribes like the Gaels would shape the destiny of this land. They would lay the foundation for a nation that would rise with a fierce pride and an unyielding spirit. The people of Scotland were pagans. They worshipped ancient gods and followed the rhythms of nature. But a new force was sweeping across Europe, Christianity. From Ireland, missionaries brought their faith to Scotland's shores. One such man was Columba, a monk with a fiery passion.
Columba established a monastery on the island of Iona. It became a beacon of learning and faith. From Iona, the message of Christianity spread throughout Scotland. Gradually, it took root, intertwining with the old ways. The conversion of Scotland was not a swift conquest. It was a slow and subtle transformation, blending the beliefs of the old gods with the teachings of the new.
This fusion of faith and tradition would shape Scotland's character. It would influence its art, its music, and its very soul. The coming of Christianity marked a turning point. It connected Scotland to a wider European culture, and it sowed the seeds for the nation's future identity. For centuries, Scotland was not a unified kingdom. Picts, Gaels, and other groups vied for power. Viking raids added to the chaos. But in the 9th century, a king arose who would change the course of Scottish history. His name was Kenneth MacAlpin. Through cunning and conquest, he united the Picts and Gaels under his rule.
This was a defining moment. Scotland, as a single kingdom, was born. Yet its existence was never assured. Over the centuries, Scotland faced constant threats. Vikings, English armies, and internal power struggles tested the nation's mettle. The Scots proved themselves to be resilient. They fought fiercely for their independence. Heroes emerged from the crucible of conflict. William Wallace, a commoner who became a warrior, rallied the Scots against English oppression. His bravery inspired a nation.
Robert the Bruce, a nobleman turned king, continued the fight. At the Battle of Bannockburn, the Scots, against all odds, routed the English army. Their victories secured Scotland's freedom for generations to come. These were not just battles for land. They were battles for identity. They forged the spirit of a nation. In the 16th century, Europe was shaken by the Protestant Reformation. This religious upheaval had a profound impact on Scotland. At the forefront of this change was John Knox, a fiery preacher with a message of radical reform. Knox challenged the authority of the Catholic Church. He called for a simpler, more personal form of worship based on the Bible alone.
Knox's words found fertile ground in Scotland. Many people were disillusioned with the Catholic Church, which they saw as corrupt and out of touch. They embraced Knox's vision of a reformed church. In 1560, the Scottish Parliament broke away from Rome and established the Presbyterian Church of Scotland. This was a momentous event. It reshaped Scotland's religious landscape and had a lasting impact on its culture and society.
The Reformation was not without its turmoil. Scotland was torn apart by religious strife. Catholics and Protestants clashed, both sides convinced of their own righteousness. But from this fiery crucible, a new Scotland emerged, a nation with a strong Protestant identity and a deep-seated belief in the power of education and individual conscience. Section 5. 2 crowns, 1 king, the Union of Crowns. The year 1603 marked a turning point in British history. Queen Elizabeth I of England died without an heir. The English throne passed to her closest relative, James VI of Scotland. James was already King of Scotland. Now he became King of England and Ireland as well. This union of the crowns had significant implications. For the first time, England and Scotland were united under a single monarch. James was eager to create a Great Britain, a unified realm where the old enmities between the two nations would be forgotten. He encouraged trade and cooperation between his kingdoms. He even tried, unsuccessfully, to establish a single parliament for both England and Scotland. The union of the crowns was a major step towards the eventual political union of England and Scotland. However, it also created tensions and resentment. Many Scots feared that their country would become a mere province of England, its unique identity swallowed up by its more powerful neighbour. The seeds of future conflict were sown. Section 6. The Price of Unity, the Act of Union. Despite the union of the crowns, England and Scotland remained separate kingdoms throughout the 17th century. However, the desire for a closer union persisted, driven by economic and political considerations. In 1707, after years of negotiation and debate, the Act of Union was passed by both the English and Scottish parliaments. This act created the Kingdom of Great Britain, merging England and Scotland into a single nation with a single parliament in London. The act had far-reaching consequences. It abolished the Scottish Parliament and replaced it with representation in the Westminster Parliament. Scotland retained its own legal system and Presbyterian church, but lost its political independence. The Act of Union was deeply controversial in Scotland. Many saw it as a betrayal, a sellout to English interests. Riots erupted in the streets, but the Act's supporters argued that it was necessary for Scotland's economic prosperity and security. They believed that it would bring an end to centuries of conflict and rivalry between the two nations. The legacy of the Act of Union is complex and contested to this day. Section 7. A Meeting of Minds, the Scottish Enlightenment. The 18th century was a time of great intellectual ferment in Europe. This period, known as the Enlightenment, was characterized by a belief in reason, science, and progress. Scotland, despite its political union with England, experienced a remarkable flowering of intellectual and cultural achievement during this time. Scottish thinkers, writers, and scientists made significant contributions to a wide range of fields. Philosophers like David Hume and Adam Smith developed groundbreaking ideas about human nature, economics, and morality. Their work had a profound impact on the development of Western thought. The Scottish Enlightenment was not confined to ivory towers. It had a practical bent, seeking to apply reason and knowledge to solve social and economic problems. This period saw the rise of important institutions, like the University of Edinburgh, which became a centre of learning and innovation. The Scottish Enlightenment helped to shape the modern world. Its emphasis on reason, education, and progress continues to resonate today. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of ideas and the human capacity for intellectual achievement. Section 8. Empire and Industry, Scotland's Global Reach. The Act of Union paved the way for Scotland's active participation in the British Empire. Scottish ingenuity, resourcefulness, and hard work played a pivotal role in Britain's global expansion. Scotsmen and women ventured to all corners of the empire, seeking their fortunes as merchants, soldiers, administrators, and settlers. The Industrial Revolution transformed Scotland, particularly the region known as the Central Belt. Glasgow became a major shipbuilding centre, its shipyards producing some of the largest and most advanced vessels of the time. Scottish engineers and inventors like James Watt, with his steam engine, made groundbreaking contributions to industrial technology. The growth of industry led to urbanisation and social change. Cities like Glasgow and Dundee grew rapidly, attracting workers from rural areas and beyond. This period saw both the benefits and the challenges of rapid industrialisation. While it brought economic growth and prosperity, it also led to poverty, overcrowding, and social unrest. Scotland's story during this era is a complex mix of progress and its accompanying challenges. Section 9. A Legacy Enduring, Scotland's Place in the World. Scotland's history is a rich tapestry woven from threads of conquest, faith, rebellion, and innovation. From its ancient roots to its modern identity, Scotland has made an outsized contribution to the world. Its culture, with its distinct music, literature, and traditions, continues to captivate and inspire. The legacy of figures like William Wallace, Robert the Bruce, John Knox, and Adam Smith continues to resonate, reminding us of the enduring power of courage, conviction, and intellectual curiosity. Scotland's story is not merely a matter of the past, it is a living narrative, constantly evolving and being shaped by the hopes, dreams, and struggles of its people. As Scotland navigates the complexities of the 21st century, it carries with it the weight of its history. The lessons learned from its past triumphs and tragedies continue to inform its present and its future. Scotland's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of a nation to reinvent itself while staying true to its essential character.